Aries, how you doing? Welcome to your first and to the 15th. I'm hearing Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty, because I keep hearing these things for you of like rat pack or flat pack or in my flat. Like I just seem to be in my flat or flat chested or something, I don't know. Or something's on my chest or like something is on my chest and I've just got to get it off. Like a chest of drawers. Because they keep saying like I've just got to get my drawers off. Or I've just got to get this flat pack, like, because I'm either hearing a reference of a song, Rat Pack, right, or someone from New York, right, but it's kind of like I've just arrived at my flat, right, and I've got a flat, like a flat pack that's just turned up, and it's like, well, how do we, because oh man, sorry, Aries, I've got all this stuff, what have you got? Right, we've got all this stuff for sale. The name's Sal or Sally Ann, but we've got all this stuff and how do we put it together? Because I was hearing like Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, Humpty Dumpty, you know, like how do we put Humpty back together again? And like, well, how do we put it all back together again? If we take it all apart, then how do we put it all back together? So it's kind of like I can see or envision somebody that's trying to put like a wardrobe together, like a lion, a witch and a wardrobe, something that's also involving a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. But we've got all these things and they've just turned up, and how do we put them together? Or like, I've just got a new wardrobe and how do I fix and put them all together? Or I've just moved and I've just turned up in a new flat. We've just ordered all of this flat pack and all of this stuff. And how do we put these things together? Like, how do we put it together? Now, if this is involving you, it's involving you somehow because I'm asking you. So someone's asking you, look, how do we put all of these together? And you're like scratching your head, like, well, I don't know. How do we, like, what do we do with it all now? It's just, I mean, are these clients that all just turned up? Are these like work that's all just turned up? Is it like relatives that all just turned up? And you're like, okay, hold on a minute. So you want to sleep upstairs? You want to go up there? Okay, well, we've got like a, I don't know, like a bunk bed. And if you're going to sleep there, then we're going to have to put the bed together for you. And like, okay, you want to go in that room? Okay, well, we can get that room ready for you. I mean, is this someone that's a cleaner and they go in like a pub or somewhere and they like do like room by room by room, and there's kind of like, man, I don't know, because I'm picking up a cleaner, but I'm also picking up one that puts like wardrobes together or like puts the bed together. It's like, well, look, I can make a place for you if you want, but if I'm going to make a place for you, then you're going to have to grab it. What is this? Grab a granny? Hold on a minute, Aries. They say, okay, we're going to stick with the very generic messages for a start. Something turns up, it's here, bam, we have to put it together. Or relatives turn up, we can put you up here, we can put you up in that room, and we can put you up in this room, and we can put you up in, say, Ward 5 or something if someone's going into a loony bin. Or like if you run a hotel and you're like, look, we can put you up on level number, like I keep saying a flat pack, something turns up that needs putting together, like a wardrobe or something like this, right? But or you turn up, but we can put you on like level 11 or whatever, and you can go up there, but we're going to have to make sure that we go up to floor 11 first in order to make sure that everything is clean, tidy, blah blah blah. We're going to have to make sure that the wardrobe works, we're going to have to make sure that the beds are all made, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. So you either one, do this for a job or work, or two, it's where family will come over and you've got loads of room and you're kind of like, well, okay, hold on a minute, before you turn up, then we're going to have to make sure that we've got a designated room for you to go. So it's kind of like, well, have we got room for you to fit? They keep saying like, I don't know, people that do like, sorry, because I'm getting so many messages all at once. Because I'm seeing like a changing room and people that are fitting on clothes, and it's like, hold on a minute, if you want to go in cubicle 1 or you want to go in cubicle 2, or someone that's valeting and voting, and it's like, look, you can go in cubicle 1, you can go in cubicle 2, you can go in cubicle 3, or these are people that work for the NHS, and these are people that are turning up for the vaccine shot and saying, okay, you go to vaccine shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Leo, Aquarius somewhere, and you're like, look, you go to, and this, say you, for instance, you know, come on, madam, okay, over here, okay, I just want you to go around there, make sure you got your mask on, and I want you to go round into cubicle 8, okay, blah, 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 and then you'll see doctor, whatever. This is when I had my coronavirus patch. So some of you, patch, I keep saying patch, but like vaccination, And that is pretty much what they do there. So some of you might have that coming up for you, and you go and have that, and that's pretty much what you may find there. It's like, okay, come round, okay, right, sit down, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Just looking at my eyes, blah, blah, blah. There you go, okay, brilliant, how do you feel? Okay, right, off you go. Make sure that you don't do any work for 15 minutes or drive, and then you'll be cushy, off you go. And then you go into like spasms and shakes for a day, and then the second day is a little bit crap, and then the third day you feel all right. I've had it, trust me. So you've kind of got that, something to do around cubicles, cubicle 1, cubicle 2, cubicle 3, cubicle 4, cubicle 5. Some of you, this is where it is people that work for the NHS, and this is like Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, Ward 4, Ward 5, hospital level 1, 2, okay, you want to go up to there like a porter or something like that, and you direct people where to go. So there's that. Some of you, it's in a hospital-based vicinity. Some of you, this is like where you work in a caring home, and there's level 1, 2, and 3, blah, 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 something like that. And okay, and you go around from room to room to room to room. You sort out one old person, you turn them over, blah, blah, blah. You change the sheets, you change the beds, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Old person done, go on to the next room, wake them up. Good morning, Gladys, how y'all getting on? Blah, 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 great, yeah, turn you over, blah, blah, blah. Wash, shower, all that done, blah, there you go, room 3, that kind of thing. If not, it's cleaning for some of you. If not, and it is not relating to any of those, they're saying that it is something here around, like where you might have family over, and you're like, okay, I can't, we've got a big house, but you can go up into room 1, you can go up into room 2, room 3. I really do pick up someone, though, that works in a place where there are levels. There are levels, and there are stages to this, whatever it is, okay? Or people that redirect people where, like, I'm even picking up people that are like acting for a career, and it's like, okay, you need to be on set, and you need to be on set number 1, blah, 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 and you need to be on set number 2, and you need to be on set number 3 and set number 4, and everybody knows where they are, blah, blah, blah. Have you got your lines, blah, blah, yes, okay. This could also be job interviews and stuff like that that you have coming up, and you go into this place, and you just basically walk into a guy, and he says, okay, you want level number 3, blah, 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 you want to talk to, say, Jeffrey, I don't know, what, for, you know, Fred or Terry, and okay, and blah, 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 so on and so forth, and you're going in for a job interview, and this person will guide you where to go, okay, that could also be an Aries. So, there you go, that's that message. So, job interviews, blah, 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 hospital wards, blah, 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 this kind of thing. Or you are just starting a new job, and you will be going from like floor to floor to floor to floor. Some of you are physical cleaner, and you physically just clean like floor to floor to floor to floor. You go to room to room to room, or it's going from house to house to house to house. Some of you, you're like residential people, and you go round, say like if you have level 3 caring, you can actually go into the community, and you can travel from one house to another house to another house to another house. You go to see one elderly person, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Some of you, this is where you may be retired, and it's like a retirement home, or it's just like a really big house, and people come over, and you are kind of like, okay, you can stay there, we just need to make sure that the bed's sorted out, blah, blah, blah. Hospital corners, making beds, all this kind of thing. I'm also hearing flower beds, people that range flowers, and flower bed number 1, flower bed number 2, flower bed, bed dead, drop dead Fred in a bed Ted. So we had that before for you guys. I do apologise for my like just coming out with it, but it's just channeling. So there was also someone in my that was in my life for not in my life, just someone I knew that died that was called Fred. Okay, so you got that energy there. There might be a funeral that could be coming up for you or something like that, because I'm picking up flower beds, something to do with ill in bed, people that are not very well. If you're going through the coronavirus vaccination and you guys have decided to do that, I can speak to you and let you know what that is like, but I don't really want to bore you with that. But yeah, for me, this is day 4 now, so I'm back at work, blah, blah, blah. I was yesterday, that was okay. Something like that for you guys. But these are all done in advance, so you're not going to know what time is. So you got that. Also, a song that you might hear on the radio would be Right on Time, we're right on time. Can you remember how everybody used to dance like that? And you're right on time. So they're like I've got to be right on time. So some of you are very time sufficient and you need to be on time. This is like a job interview or something, and you want to make sure that everything's right. You get everything all at night done. You get your CV ready and blah, blah, blah. Deb, Is this you, Deb, going for your interview? But like, like, you turn up, blah blah blah. You get your CV ready the night before, so on and so forth. You could be dealing with a Virgo. I got my pajamas and everything else, and I'm off and I'm ready. So you've kind of got like, are you ready for work? Are you ready for work? Yeah, I've got everything. Got my packed lunchbox. I've got everything else. I've got my bag. I've got my suitcase. Some of you are going on holiday. Some of you are physically going on holiday, right? Are you? Are you? I don't know. But I keep hearing like, I've got my suitcase, I've got my bag, I've got everything else. Have you got this? Have you got that? Yeah, bam, right. Put it in the car. Put it in the van. Let's go. So whether that be where you, I don't know, you like before you go to work, which I used to do, you make sure that you get everything ready the night before, and then the next day you're ready, and you just have to get up, have a shower, blah blah blah, and you're off to work. Okay, so that kind of thing. Very stupid message, but it's there all the same as what I can see for you. But we are closing the energy into weeklies now. So you got that. But I'm also hearing though, for a strange message that kicked all of this off for you, which was around a flat pack and something turning up, and it's like, well look, what have we got? And it's like, okay, let's open the box. Okay, what's in the box? What's in the box? You could be dealing with a 7 or a Cancerian. Be like, what's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? And you open the box, and hopefully it's not a 7 head, but it's pretty much like, okay, so what is all of this stuff? And it's like, oh my god, we've got to put it all together. I didn't realise we had to put it all together. It's like, yeah, well, it's Humpty, isn't it? Is it really? It's Humpty Dumpty? No. So, okay, well, he fell off a brick wall, right? So, unless any of you, like, you knocked a brick wall down, and you're like, oh, okay, right, we've got to build it brick by brick by brick by brick by brick, and you're a bricklayer like I used to do, and you kind of, like, build bricks, and you just build a wall, all sort of stuff. Pink Floyd, Comfortably Mums. Some of you are just Comfortably Mums. So you got that message. But a flat pack, they keep saying this flat pack turns up and it's just like full of bits and bolts and nuts and like everything else, like, you know, when you get like a wardrobe or something and it all turns up, you're like, holy shit, like what are we going to do with all of this stuff now? So we're going to have to put it all together. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to sell it? Are we going to keep it? Like, what we're going to do with it all? Like, there's too much. It's like there's way too many nuts and bolts and bits and bobs, and like, what the fuck do we do with all this stuff now? We're either going to sell it or we're going to use it. So you're kind of looking at something that turns up, and like you're looking at it all thinking, how the hell do we put all of this together? Like, how do we put this together? How do we make this work? Because is it like a Meccano set or something like that, and a car turns up and you're like, shit, hold on a minute, a car just turned up, I thought that it was going to come already made. It's like, no, it all came in pieces. You're like, well, how do we put that together then? You're like, well, I don't know, look at the instructions. So you're kind of like, okay, well, I might be an instructor. So some of you could be a fitness instructor, a gym instructor, or your name Jim, James, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, and you're like, okay, all this stuff's just turned up. Okay, and now we have to put all these nuts and bolts together, and it's like building a Meccano set, is what I'm picking up. Meccano. Unless you go for Americano or something at Costa, or you're from Costa del Sol or Costa Rica, okay, or Ricky, the name Ricky, or Ricky. I think I said that 4 times, right? Could be dealing with Scorpio. So, Freddie 4 times, or Freddie 4 fingers, or I don't know, someone 4 fingers. I don't know, Veronica. I'm hearing Veronica. V or Veronica. Steve's mind. Anybody want to come in here? Anybody want to come? I'm hearing anybody want to come? Anybody want to come? Steve, do you want to come? Steve, are you coming? Steve, are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? Hello. Are you going to come? Are you going to come? Are you going to come? If we put all this together, are you going to come? If I make all these plans and arrangements, are you going to come? Who's coming? Who's coming? I mean, what is this for? Scorpio, what is this for? So, well, what is this for doing here? What are these 4 bolts? What are these 4 screws? I don't understand what these... I mean, is this goddamn Frankenstein or something? Or the name Frankie or Frank? You know, you're right, Frankie or Frank? It's like, yeah, hold on, we've got 4 fingers or 4 toes. It's like, well, if you've got 4 fingers and you've got 4 toes, where's the other lot? You're like, well, I don't know. We seem to be missing a couple of fingers or toes. Hopefully not. Like, you seem to be missing a couple of fingers or toes. Did someone really have their fingers chopped off or toes chopped off and you're missing some fingers? Or hopefully not. Be careful you don't get your fingers caught in something, is what I'm hearing. Like, don't get your fingers caught and have your finger chopped off. What on earth is that? Oh dear, it's turning a little bit serious. It is Aries. What is that? 4 fingers and 4 toes. Someone gets their finger chopped off. What? be careful around putting something together and it trapping your finger in it, is what I'm hearing. I trap my finger in it. I mean, is this one of those dragon things where you put your finger, getting trapped with a dragon? I don't know. But you know, one of those or Chinese things, right? And they look like a dragon, don't they? And you put your finger in it and it traps your finger in it. You're like, oh, I can't get my finger out. I can't get my finger out. And it's just like, what are they called? I don't know what they're called. But they keep saying something around, be careful putting your finger in something and getting it trapped and you can't get your finger out. So be very careful of whatever this is that turns up. And I mean, is this, I'll be very honest with you, because what I am seeing, you know, those stupid things that they have where, like a cleaner, for instance, and someone that puts out washing lines, right? Washing, like you've got a load of washing on and you don't have enough radiators, and you open it up and it all kind of like comes out like a dolly, doll or dolly, but they all come out, and then you put all of your like washing over it, and then when you go to take it apart, it just goes like that. Be careful it doesn't trap your fingers in whatever that is that just goes like that, because I'm hearing like a shot put, or like a shock, and getting a shock that something all of a sudden just falls on somebody. I mean, is this a weight like that? And it's like a weight bench, and you lift it and all of a sudden it just falls like that. Because I'm hearing it all of a sudden, like this rack of something that you have, like a rack, just falls. Because are they called racks? You know, sorry, but I'm visioning, oh man, I'm trying to get this out. I'm going to have to draw you a picture of what I'm envisioning, right? But a rack of something, right? And it's like a clothes rack or something, a clothes rack. And you put your clothes over it. And then all of a sudden, once you've opened it up, like a harmonica or harness. But like you lift it open like a harmonica. And then all of a sudden, it like that, right? And it falls. So they're saying whatever kind of rack this is, because they're saying that this flat pack turns up and you build it, and then all of a sudden it all just falls and breaks, and it all just falls because you're missing pieces, like you're missing some bolts, or because I'm picking up like bolts, screws, like people in fitness or something, like bolts, someone just bolts. Like a bolt flies off and it goes ping, tong, ping. Like, is this where you have your car fixed or something? And like or like like an engine, like Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, you know, something like that. And all of a sudden a bolt just goes ping, like that. And there's a ping pong, ping, like Pinball Wizard, and it just goes ping, 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 and all of a sudden everything just like goes and blows up because like a bolt's just come off or something collapses, and you're like, fuck, I've just like literally just put all this together, and it's like I'm missing a bolt, and then or I start the engine and it just goes, and then everything just like, oh, fuck, I don't know. It's quite worrying. It's quite worrying. Like a bolt flies off, like, because I'm seeing like an engine and it goes like that, and then it goes poof like that, and you're like, whoa, fuck, the wheel just came off, or of a bike or something, or like you put the front wheel onto a bike or something, and then like you someone like pulls a wheelie and all of a sudden their front wheel comes off, and you're like, whoa. I mean, what is that? What is that? Like a flat pack, you put your, whatever it is, it's kind of like this thing turns up in a flat pack, and whatever it is, you've got to make sure that you put it together correctly. Put it together correctly. Because this is either like a mechanic, or Michael, or a mechanic, or like think something just like, I don't know, a bolt flies off, or you have pieces missing, and a flat pack turns up, and you're like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to put that together? How am I supposed to put that together? So be careful you don't get your finger trapped or your finger caught in something. Very strange, Aries, but that's what I've got for your weekly messages. For y'all poor souls that haven't heard these messages, good luck with all of that stuff, whatever that happens to be. Because I'm hearing like everything turns up at once, and it's like, fuck, bruv, how on earth am I supposed to cope with all of this now that's just turned up? Like, I didn't think it was going to be so much. Like just loads of work turn up, and you're like, fuck, all my work's now just turned up. I can't have time off. Like, what am I supposed to do with all this work? Like now I've got like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to fill, and you're like, holy shit, like how am I supposed to like cope with all of this now? Or like, I mean, is this where the sanctions are completely lifted off like coronavirus now, and all of a sudden like there are a load of inpatients, outpatients, or people that turn up into a shop and everybody just pours in at once, and you're like, fuck, how am I supposed to deal with all of you lot? Like, because I pick up like something very big opening, like a big opening, right, and it opens and you're like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that many people. Or like someone that gets very nervous because there's a lot of people there, right, like a main event or something, and you're like, shit, I didn't think there was going to be so many people. Or someone that does a speech or something and they don't realise there's going to be so many people. Because I'm picking up like stage fright or something, and you're like, oh, like there's loads of people here. And it's like, how am I supposed to cope with all these? It's either people or it's stuff, right? I can't tell you which one. It might even be both. But like all this stuff turns up and you're like, fuck, where do we put all these people? Or where do we put all of this stuff? Like, where do we put it all? Like, we've got so much of it. Where are we supposed to store it all? Like, where are we supposed to put all of these things? Like, somebody just goes, hi, I'm here. And it's like, oh, it's okay. I've moved. And I've literally just, like, brought all of my stuff with me. And you're like, what? All of your stuff? And you're like, yeah, my sofa. Or Sophie. But, yeah, my sofa, my television, my flat pack. And, like, I took my wardrobe down and I took that apart and I brought that with me. And I've sellotaped it all up and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, well, I wasn't expecting you to bring like everything. And you're like, yeah, no, I brought everything. Like, I brought a hairdryer. You brought, like, Jesus Christ, we're only going for a couple of 3 days, and you brought a hairdryer. You brought the kitchen sink. You brought everything with you. Like, I thought we were just going away for like 2 days. So some of you, if you're going away for like, I don't know, just a very short break, and you're like, okay, we'll go away for a couple of 3 days, and someone's like, oh great, I'm going to bring my hairdryer, I'm going to bring my Xbox, I'm going to bring the TV and my Xbox and my games, and I'm going to bring, and you're like, fuck that, no bruv, no way, hold on a minute, we're just going away for a couple of days. You don't need to bring 4 hairdryers and like winter clothes, summer clothes, like autumn clothes, and all the leaves and everything else with it, and all the name Leanne, anybody beginning with L or L-Zubub, some of them also Capricorn, and you're like, Jesus Christ, man, you're like bringing everything. We can't fit all of that in the car. Like, you don't need an outfit for every day. You don't need like 4 hair dryers and all your makeup and God knows what else. Just, you know, and one of the people's getting very touchy and they're like, fuck, bruv, you ain't supposed to bring all of that. And you're like, no, we're all coming. You're like, oh my God. So hold on a minute. We've got Uncle Dave, Uncle Glenn, Uncle Bill, Uncle Steve, Uncle whoever, and we've got my uncles and aunties and all these kind of things, and like everybody turns up, you're like, fuck, what are we supposed to do with all these people now? Or like everybody else has now decided to come on holiday with us, and now because everybody's coming, how on earth are we supposed to fit all of the suitcases and all that sort of stuff into the car? And then the car kind of like goes ping tong, or like the suitcase goes poof, and everything flies out, and you're like, fuck, bro, this is more like I can see one of the lads getting like, the husband getting like really annoyed here. I really can. And you're like, are they your kids or are they my kids? Like, whose kids are they? Like, they're not really, you know, I don't know. Like, everybody just suddenly turns up and you're like, oh shit, I didn't think everybody was going to turn up. I mean, for some reason, I also think this is like a funeral and somebody's planned it, or a wedding, for instance, and like, well, that's way too many people. Like, you know, we're just having like a very small service, or just having like a very small, like just a get together, and all of a sudden you've invited half the street. And you're like, fuck, we didn't want this many people here. We just wanted like a very small holiday, or we just wanted just a few things with us, not everything, or we just wanted like a very small service with just like, you know, the very close blood relative families, and like, but all of a sudden you've invited every single auntie, uncle, and cousin, and friend, and the person's friend of the friend, and the dog's mate, and the like. Well, if my dogs come in, I've got to bring my other dog and my other dog as well, and then I've got to have like their dogs have got to come, and their cats and Leos, and everybody's got to come. So, what on earth is that for? I don't know. There are your messages. You know, who's part of that crowd? I've got no idea, but it sounds crowded. Either way, sounds very crowded. Right. So, Aries, that's your weekly message. So what's been going on with Aries from the... Well, sorry, we look at the past. The future bit you have to pay for, I'm sorry. But I have to, like, I don't get paid. This is my job. Right? YouTube just doesn't cut it. I'm sorry, but it really doesn't. Right? What's been going on with Aries? What's been going on with Aries? So, oh dear, the Solemn Brothers, something to do with Solemn Brothers. The Solemn Brothers are actually weightlifters. I actually am subscribed to them, but I haven't watched them in ages. Two brothers from Scotland. This could be Licorice. But like, Solemn Brothers were two lads from Scotland, right up in there where there's loads of mountains, and they are power lifters. They're like, whoa, like proper, and they eat loads of food, but they work out, and they get into cold. One of them bathes in cold sea, and God knows what else. But I'm hearing Solemn, so Solemn Brothers. So it is something to do with around powerlifting or weights or gym. Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, Jay, but like here there's something to do with like I said, around weightlifting or around like the Guinness Book of Records or something, or Guinness, or the name McGinn or John John McGinn or Guinness, or like Irish. So someone that's Irish Ireland. Oh, actually, was it Scotland or Ireland? I don't know where they were from. Solemn Brothers. But my brother, something to do with my brother. But someone that's Irish, hearing someone that's Irish. Oh, what am I doing? Aries. I don't know who this person, sorry, I really know this person quite well, but I don't know when his birthday was. But like I said, everybody in their mother could be like invited, could have Aries in their chart. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Somebody just died. Literally, there's quite a lot been people, people passing that I've been saying for a while. And somebody, the landlord of the pub that I know that is Irish, bless his heart, Robbie. I've been saying Rob for a while. Rob, okay, but Robbie passed, and he was Irish, and that could be the funeral that people are invited to here. Okay. Because I was hearing like a lot of people that all turn up, and you're like, well, this was just going to be a very small event, but all of a sudden it ended up being like a very big one. Okay, so something like that here. Rob, I'm also hearing Robbie or Rob. Okay, but this is in the past, and that person literally has. I found out. I think I only found out yesterday or the day before here. So cheers, Robbie. Wow, there's Robbie. You're right, Robbie. Oh, man, that is Robbie as well. So people from my town, I'll probably put it up, but you probably can't see, but my arms, my hairs are really, just for proof, if you can see, but I got goose flesh. But yeah, Robbie. It's grand, it is grand, I tell you, it's going to be a grand affair. He's going to be watching it, he is. He says, I'm going to be watching it. I'm very grateful for all of you and I love you very much, he said. He did. He is. It's going to be a grand affair and I love you all. I love all of you. Sorry for everybody here. I was trying to grasp what that was because there's been quite a few people that have passed in this town where I live. Okay. Because this is out on YouTube, I also have to kind of like, I'm going to probably send this to people I know, okay, but yeah, that is Robbie for everybody. Robbie said it's going to be a grand affair and I can't wait to see everybody there. That's what he said. Oh, okay. So let's see. It's going to be a grand affair, and I can't wait to see anybody there. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Don't know what he's saying, or someone's saying, is anybody there? Because I'm hearing like a Pink Floyd reference, is like, is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Is everybody outside? Everybody outside. Because he's kind of saying everybody outside, not inside. Everybody outside, not inside. Please, everybody, please have everybody outside, not inside. That's what somebody's saying here. Please make sure that you have everybody outside, not inside. Because I'm seeing like a church or something, and there's a lot of people that are also outside, like having something outside. So he's saying, right, he's saying that please don't have it inside. I would like everybody to be outside. I would like everybody to be outside. Okay. Outside. I'm also hearing Uptown Girl, I've been living in a righteous world. Like a disco or something, like music. Music and a disco. Yeah, so I don't know, this could be plans that are being made here of having like a disco and some music and kind of like the old times. Uptown Girl, outside Uptown. Anyway, let's see, what's been going on with Aries? What's been going on with Aries? Aries. So, sorry, yeah, also, there was quite a few messages there because I'd sent them. Some had said that they had past loved ones called Ted, and that Ted had died in a bed, things as well. That later on turned into the name Fred. That was someone else that I also knew that was in this town, a person called Fred that died as well. Okay, I had been saying Rob or Robbie for a while. There you go. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to have to take this back to the generic messages of the reading. So what have you been going on, Aries? Well, there's been some sort of loss. Somebody was just holding on for dear life is what I'm hearing. I was just holding on for dear life. Okay. So like I said, there really is like a kind of a seance thing that's kind of going on at the moment. But like, yeah, I was just holding on for dear life is what I'm picking up. Sorry, but I will never disrespect a deceased loved one that is here. And I know a lot of you are kind of like looking for other questions, but whilst that's there, my spirit, I'm not going to deny a spirit message from a person. And I keep hearing that I am, I was just holding on for dear life here. Somebody has stopped speaking to a person here, Page of Wands for some of you. Aries. Someone's workaholic. I'm also hearing workaholic or alcoholic. Alcohol. Keep saying alcoholic. Colica or Colin, the name Colin. But colica. Or Comic-Con. I'm also hearing Comic-Con or Connet. Mike, Comic-Con. Les. But also, yeah. Anyway, some of you might be struggling with a child here at the moment where one of your siblings is suffering through something, because this is a lonely child, someone that's just heard some bad news. They might not have been speaking to you. Your partner may not have been speaking to you for a lot of you. You're going through a long, drawn-out cycle with this person here. Michael, I'm hearing Michael. This could also be one of your brothers or one of your sisters, or it could also be someone that you had kids and children with in the past here for a lot of you. Been suffering through something. Suffering. Sorry, I'm that's kind of took me by surprise. So I have to kind of like just read the cards for what other people are looking for here. Work. Some of you have just been financially stable, just holding on for dear life of a business here, okay, and really trying to try your best in order to build up your business, trying to build up your career. Some of you could have just gone back to work. Some of you are trying to build up your strength. Some of you have been sitting around quite a lot, okay, through the times of coronavirus and stuff like that. This could have anything where I've been sitting around way too long, and I'm soon going to have to get up and do something about this because I can't just sit here any longer. I'm soon going to have to start doing something. So if it is anything around fitness, it's to do with around walking or talking, it's like, look, I can't just shut up anymore. I can't just say anything. I'm soon going to have to speak up and say something. This is kind of like where you may not have spoke to a sibling for so long and you're like, look, I can't not keep speaking. We're soon going to have to say something. If we're both going to meet up at this place, then we're going to have to like say something to one another. But for a lot of, because his pages are normally not speaking. But here I'm hearing for a lot of you that if there's been a wait issue or like a wait for jobs and work where you've kind of been waiting patiently in order to get a certain job, it kind of feels like that's what you've been doing. Some of this is like the coronavirus and it is slowly being lifted. Because it could be lifting, yeah. But I'm picking up that someone's about to lift some weights and stuff like that also. So I am picking up things where things are just about picking up here around your career and your work. This is also around weightlifting and stuff like that. And something's got to come soon. Something's got to pick up soon. I'm also hearing though that somebody's been trying to contact somebody and they're saying, look, they're going to pick up soon. I know they are. If I keep ringing them and I keep ringing them, they will pick up soon. For a lot of you here though, I am kind of seeing that like your work is just started to pick up. It's just started to pick up. Okay, if you've been trying to contact someone, eventually they do pick up. But like pick up the phone, pick up the blower, right? But yeah, you've been probably trying to contact someone and find somebody here, and getting like this is business, like organising business for a lot of you and your clients, trying to like build it up. But here, there's I was picking up this energy, Les. I'm hearing Les or says, but Simon says, something has to pick up soon, which is like I'm going to have to soon do something about it, which means like my weight or something around that. If it is to do with going to the gym and actually picking up weights and actually doing anything around like your health and things like this, if it's making you feeling sluggish and that you really, you're not being able to like, lift your head up or whatever, and you've been feeling down about something and it's been getting you down, it feels like, I'm just kind of holding on. I don't really have a lot of strength. This is Robbie also saying, I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold on any longer. I had to let go. I had to let you go. I couldn't hold on any longer. I'm sorry that I had to go because this person's left. So it feels like I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold on any longer. I had to go. I couldn't, I couldn't be. It's funny because my dad was also Aries, my brother was also Aries, and when you kind of channel spirits, you can contact with any immediate amount of time because it doesn't exist in the spirit world. It just does here. But well, to us it seems that way, but it really isn't. It's just metaphysics. So here, when I connect with a spirit, it can come through as loads of different spirits all at once. And I'm hearing, I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold on any longer. I had to drop it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I couldn't hold on any longer. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't hold on any longer. I want you to continue to run things the way they are in the business. I'm sorry I couldn't stay in the business. I had to leave. You can run the business on your own. Are you okay to do that while I have some time off? For here, if I have some time off, are you okay to run things? Some of you have just been delegated, where it's like if I'm not here, are you okay to run things without me here? Some of you, like I said, there's a deceased loved one that said, I'm sorry, but I couldn't hold on any longer and I want you to continue the way that we planned and the way that we made plans before. I want you to continue on without me. So whatever plans were made for people here around somebody's work, whatever plans were drawn up, this person still wants you to stick by the set of rules that was drawn up and said, please can you stick by your word, okay, and continue to run things the way that we planned. That's a deceased loved one. Some of this is the same kind of message where somebody had to have some time off through being ill maybe, and that they've asked the person, look, can you continue on with work without me being there? So I'll pass all my workload on to you. Some of you, like I said, this has come through where you may have started to feel things around your weight issue or something, and you decided, look, I can't just sit back any longer, I'm soon going to have to get up and start doing something about it, okay, here. So you're probably on the same timeline as me, but I do have Aries in my chart as well. So starting to work on it, whichever way it is, work on it. I mean, hearing con it, work on it, work on it. Wow, so Les, that would also be your mum. That would also be your mum. Yeah, wow, that is also your mum, right? It's also your mum. I want you to work on it. I want you to work on the relationships with your siblings, with your brothers and sisters here. Can you please work on it with them, okay? Don't work against them. Can you work on it with them? Can you do something together here? I'm hearing, can we do something together? Can we do something together? Can we stop working against each other and actually work with each other? With each other. So I'm kind of getting messages of present, past and future and deceased loved ones here. So I'm getting a little bit like caught by surprise. Off guard, I'm hearing. I got caught off guard. This news came in and it caught me off guard. You see, even if you're Aries and you've heard some news locally, okay, locally, this is something that caught you off guard here. Something that you didn't expect or something like that, and it caught you off guard here. Okay. Caught me off guard. Some kind of news around health or something, and it caught me off guard. I was unaware is what I'm hearing. I was unaware. What do I wear? I'm also hearing people making plans of what to wear. What can I wear? What can I wear? You see, I don't know if there is anything around weight and stuff like that, and someone's struggling to know what to wear. I'm hearing Wentworth or Whitworth or Wentworth or Whitworths. But what to wear? What can I wear? What can I wear? What can I wear? Page of Wands. Page of Wands, Seven of Cups. So we're going to have to start coming out of those messages now for everybody else. Yeah, a lot of being led astray here, illusion. This can be drinking, drugs, alcohol, anything like that. I was unaware of the fact that you were actually fooling me and tricking me into believing something here. I can't believe my ears, I can't believe my eyes, I don't believe what I see here. So there's a lot of like smoke and mirrors. I was very unaware of this was happening. I really wasn't paying attention, is what I'm hearing. I really wasn't paying attention. I'm completely unaware that this is happening. Okay, this can be, like I said, it can be happening within siblings and brothers. It can be happening with an ex. It can be happening with a lonely child, someone that needs some support and help, and someone's very unaware of what they're doing. They're very also Vinny, but also very inexperienced can be. A Page of Wands is like, oh, I've got no idea what I'm doing. How on earth is it that I'm supposed to get a different job because I don't know what I'm doing? So if you're employing people, these are new, fresh people here, because this is a new fish on the block. This is like people that go to prison or whatnot, because I'm picking up like, well, I was completely unaware, like I'm fresh fish, right? So I'm very fresh and very new to it, and I don't really understand what I'm doing. I don't know, so I need some support. I don't, yeah, because this is like illusion here. So you've kind of like, I'm under like I've been under like a cloud of illusion for God knows how long, and I completely was unaware of the fact that I was doing that, right? Whoever that is, I don't know. It could be a brother or sister. It could be people that smoke weed and drink and good, what else, because it's the Seven of Cups. So it's like I was very unaware of the fact that I'm never really with it. I'm always kind of like got my head in the clouds, and I'm like, you know, just didn't realise that things were happening, you know. Because it's accumulating. The Seven of Cups is an accumulating energy. So it's like, I didn't realise all this was building up. I didn't realise that it was going to happen. It happened suddenly. Life has no meaning to me. There's beauty on the world. Woke up suddenly. You're in love. I was completely unaware that I was going to wake up in love. Because this is wake up. This is between 1 and 7. This is the Matrix. When you wake up, you're like, fuck, brother. Woke up in the morning and I raised my weary head. I got an old coat for a pillow. And the earth was last night's bed. I haven't, don't know where I'm going. Yeah, someone's got kicked out here. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I belong. I don't fit in. Ten of Wands. Why has the Ten of Wands been here? Six of Swords. Let's make sure this is recording. Shit, I go through all that and it's not recording. Six of Swords. So it's been going on in the family. You see, I was unaware this was happening in the family. I was unaware of the fact that, it, you know, that's why I said to a lot of people, I can trigger a lot of people off when it comes to me teaching people and telling people, because it's really about what comes from oneself that projects upon another to make them leave here or to make them feel unwanted, right? So when you have kids and children, we've gone through this around a trigger, around someone making someone feel awful about themselves, making them feel as if they're not accepted, as if they're not part of the group. And they push people away from them through something that goes on here with a person individually. And when they're going through things, it can be where they're in a solemn state. So it can be like, you know, things are really not working out for me. Things are like really turning out bad and not quite as good as what I thought. The expectation of everything is just not quite, you know, it's just not working. It's just, I'm also hearing like the money pit. But like things are really not working out for me. And if children and stuff are been made to believe that they're not wanted from a father or mother, they can end up forming their own opinion. And when they do, they get triggered off and stuff like that. And it sets off a chain of events where everybody's kind of like getting triggered through somebody putting someone down and making them feel as if they're not accepted in life, right? Because they're not accepted, that trigger then can be where someone starts to question their own reality. When they question their own reality, that person as a child here, when they go into a relationship through exes or, you know, if your parents have created something and they've made you feel as if you're not accepted in life and that you're not really part of a group of kids or children or brothers or siblings, if they make you feel as if you're not wanted, when this child then goes into a relationship itself, it triggers off their relationship. So they question then reality. So they'll say things like, is everything all right? And you're like, no, everything's really not all right, bruv. Or they'll say, we went through this through the monthlies for a lot of people, you know, Z parent creates a lot of hysteria in a child. The children then that are affected by previous marriages and relationships and stuff like that, when they're affected by that, if like a mother, say, or a father puts someone down and gaslights them and makes them feel very not wanted in relationships altogether, when that then happens, if this child then goes into a relationship, they can project that onto fear of illusion into their relationships and start to question reality. Is everything okay? And because it isn't, it's because a person's been made to feel as if they're not okay, as if there's something weird about them. Like me, people think I'm very fucking strange and weird because I connect with the dead, right? But again, if you're very strange and you're very weird, or something about you that has never really been acceptable in a soul group of people, when you feel pushed out and you've been told so many times that you're shit and you're worthless and you're no fucking good, or like you're not wanted by your mum or you're not wanted by your father or stuff like that, when you are, children's lives can be affected when they start to have a relationship of their own. They can then question their partner and say, is everything okay? And then you're like, yes, everything is okay. Why? What's wrong? Nothing. It's something that you're doing. No, it isn't. It's because this person is like is on a self-worth, right? Because their self-worth is low, they get paranoid. Because they get paranoid, they start to go into seclusion, and when they do, they can hit depression. When they hit depression, they can think all sorts of things. So then they self-sabotage. And when they self-sabotage things in their life, they question their own reality. right? So kids that have a gift or something, right, they believe in something that others don't. When other people don't believe in it, you know, they're pushed out in society to make them feel as if they're not acceptable. This can be religion, this can be spirituality, it can be anything at all that is created by someone saying that you're not part of this group, you're not welcome here, okay? Because you're not, this person then questions their reality in a relationship themselves and asks a person, is there anything wrong? Because this is gaslighting as well, it's illusion. So it could be like I've been controlled my whole life in relationships with narcissists, and because I've been in very abusive relationships and very controlled environments of my soul group, I then believe in a certain way of what my mother or father tells me. And because I believe that, if they're telling me that I'm no good, then I start to question my partner. Is everything okay? Is there anything wrong with me? Am I overweight? Am I underweight? Am I am I acceptable with my partner? What's wrong? Nothing. Nothing is wrong. What's wrong with you? Nothing. What's wrong with you? Nothing. There's nothing. A mirror creates separation, avoidance here. So avoiding things that should be done by one person that could have for many years been intoxicated, okay, and can be avoiding many things in life, of realizing that when something comes up of great importance, I really just avoided it instead of really taking a look at what that was that I needed to look at in life. I decided to avoid all of the warning signs and said, no, I'm not really going to look at it. I know the warning signs have been there, but I haven't been speaking about them. You know, I feel something that happens in my life of a warning sign, but I actually decided to really not do anything about it. I didn't speak about it, and I kind of pushed everybody out and pushed everybody away, decided not to really look at what mattered to me most, the things that I should have looked at to extend my life expectancy. And because I didn't, okay, I then actually left. So that can also be a spirit. I actually left. I couldn't hold on anymore. There were certain things of red flags that I didn't see in my life that I realised were there, but I actually realised that I need to start looking at them now. If you're still here, you need to start looking at them now, okay? If you're not looking at them now, and this is a deceased loved one, that's what they're saying, that there were many red flags in my life that I should have looked at, but because I didn't, I left. I couldn't hold on any longer. Okay. So, if there was something that happened in a rift in a relationship here for a lot of you, anybody at all, kid, children, family member, relationship partner, husband, wife, ex, there was a lot of feelings that really weren't there. Eight of Pentacles. 9, single. Some of you ended up single through this. You've probably had an argument here. You could have well had an argument. I'm going to have to come out of the channeled stuff for a lot of people now that may have sent this to in my town. For a lot of you here, like I said, you could have had a rift in the relationship just recently because of somebody, like I said, they're gone inwardly, and because they go in their mind more. So they start over-analysing through the 7 of Cups, of questioning their reality. They question themselves because they are also like the Spanish Inquisition of being questioned, of like, is there anything wrong? No, there's nothing wrong. What's wrong with you? Nothing. There's something wrong with you. Why are you not speaking? Because you stopped speaking. Why did you change everything up? You were speaking for 1 minute and the next minute you wasn't. You know, you could just like you're creating more of a drama out of a crisis now, you know, and then a male ego and a woman ego now will hold on to that, and they're like, yeah, but you'd stop speaking. You start, I ain't got time to listen to your shit. Like I really haven't, you know, like you're really winding me up now. You know, the ego then starts to form the mind. When the mind creates more of illusion, every one-man ego then starts to like create a mirror of where you'll think that your person is controlling. Right, because you're controlling each other's energy through a mirror, and when you do that, you form separation, and your mind will be like, no, it's you, no, it's them, no, it's you, no, it's them, it's Em, it's Emily, it's Emma, it's Melissa, it's Maria, it's Matilda, it's anybody beginning with M, Michael, right? But no, it's you, it's them, no, it's them, it's no, it's you, you're always taking their side. Why do you always take their side? Why do you not ever listen to what I've got to say? Why do you always, say too much? Why do you never say too little? You know, you said it too. You said too much, too little, too late, too little, too late, too little, too late. So no, I ain't got time. Too little, too late. No, sorry, I'm out. I've gone. No, don't want to listen. No, 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 no. I don't want to listen. No, too little, too late. I'm sorry, but no. Okay, and then you end up like looking at because this is health. You see, this is also health. 9 needs to start to replenish one's health. Okay, so here, working on your health issues. Anybody out there concerned about their health, this is a time to start looking at one's health. Okay, here. Health concerns. Also, toxic relationship, toxic marriages. Anything that is very where you say if you're really trying to stop eating, or you're really trying to stop drinking, or you're really trying to stop smoking, don't hang around the smoking shelter, right? If you are really trying to stop eating, don't go to a boozer where there's loads of food and blah blah blah. If you're really trying to stop drinking, don't go to a boozer where there's loads of food, right? If you because this is people that are under the influence. And if you've been doing really well in something and you're hanging around the wrong sort of crowd and they're really not been doing you the highest of goods, you're going for a soul group lesson over and over again, where the energy will just keep repeating itself until you decide here, what's best for myself here, right? What's best for myself? So, generically, you're probably not speaking to a partner. You've probably created some sort of mirror here. The ego has been very much attached and created a 10 of Wands ending. You start to move on with your life and started to feel better when not around the person that's creating this. When a person's having a cob on is what I call it. Oh, you're having a cob on. Well, no, I've got better things to do than talk to you. Something going on, like, oh, don't speak then. You know, if you're having a bit of a cob on, if you're having a bit of a moment, you're always in a mood, you know, it's just better to just not say anything about it. If you're in a mood, and you're creating these illusional states, like you're fucking delusional, bruv. What's the matter with you? What on earth's going on in your mind? That, right? What on earth's going on? I've got no idea what the fuck you're on about, bruv. What is the matter with you? Bam, right? Well, to be honest, man, it's just you do what you do, boo. I'll do me, you do you. Right, here. 9 of Wands. Let's not speak about it then. Let's not talk about it. Fortunately, this is your recent past. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the other side. We're going to start to look at your weekly reading for everybody. That's an hour. I shouldn't really be doing an hour for every reading, but well, I should do. I might be able to do an hour for everybody. But like I said, everybody that questions, I am also, and God knows what else. Keep going into this. If you want to join, it's over on Patreon. It's the full access bundle only. You will get 4 to 5 other readings that come out. This one included. You've got your monthly over there, you've got loads of others over there. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Full access bundle includes everything that has come out and will come out through this month also, which will be 4 to 5 weekly readings, well 4 weekly readings and the monthly for the next month. But if you're part of the full access bundle, you can find the link provided below for Patreon. There is a video below and just before that link that tells you exactly what it offers, when it offers, how much, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Any questions, it's all in the video. If you want to join, you can, but like I said, it will be the full access bundle. You can find that link below. If you want a personal reading, anything like that, you've got the email that's also provided below. Any like, share, comments, subscriptions, all those kind of things will help me out, Aries. Thanks very much, guys. This is your weekly. Let's tidy these up, pull your cards out and see what you've got coming up for May 1st to the 7th. Okay? All right, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.